What's going on, y'all? Here at our office in Rockwall today, talking to those buyers out there. So maybe you're just starting off in the market, maybe you're just getting in, maybe you're contemplating what that next move looks like after you sell your current property, or maybe you've been searching for a while and have been unsuccessful in finding that next home. A couple of tips I'll give you as far as what you should be doing or what I encourage you to do to be more competitive. Number one is have as much cash on hand as possible. Be very, very diligent. If you are in the process now, try to save as much as you possibly can. And if you are thinking of entertaining the idea, there's no doubt that prices are high. We expect them to go higher this year, probably not what we saw in years past with more inventory hitting the market, but still going to be high prices. We don't expect them to drop anytime soon. So having extra cash on hand, whether that's for appraisal waivers or to use to deploy to do some of the other strategies, would highly recommend that. So save those pennies, save that money, be really diligent in your spending, and stockpile as much cash as possible because appraisal waivers are still here to stay. We're seeing them on almost every single deal or every single property. That being said, there may be less offers, but still a lot of those market conditions are the same. Second piece is for those that are seeking financing, I would tell you to do everything in your power to try to get to conventional financing. So there's a lot of people that, whether it's credit score, debt to income, or it's just cash on hand, may have to look at some other options. It is very challenging, not impossible, but challenging in this market to get some of those government-backed loans approved, FHA, VA. And so having that extra cash on hand, like we talked about, may be used instead of offering over or bringing in a bunch of extra cash to close. It may be beneficial to split some of that and start paying down some of that debt so you can qualify for that conventional line of financing that allows you to do a little bit more, look a little bit more favorably on by sellers in the market. So trying to make sure that you have eliminated enough debt while still keeping cash on hand and trying to get to conventional financing is a move that I would tell you as well. The third one is be flexible. I tell people all the time that when we look at properties, we look at things, it's very easy to get caught up in the little things of, well, I don't like the paint color, or I don't necessarily like the way that this faucet sits or these finishes or things there. If you are dead set on buying a property, I would tell you that to be more flexible. While we are seeing more inventory come in the market, we are still seeing multiple offers. It's not a flood of inventory yet, but it is still slim out there. It's still tight. So being more flexible in what your criteria is, that may be bedroom, bathroom count, that may be neighborhood. There may be things that you will sit there and say, okay, these 5 things I'm flexible on, but these other 5 are must-haves. Be very clear in your definitions and know what is an absolute must and what is something that can be flexible. And I would encourage you to go into it with an open mind. The last piece is take action. There's a lot of people that have sat on the sidelines or have said, well, next year or later this year, or some of those things, those statements that we hear all the time of, well, I'm going to do it someday. If you are interested in or committed to buying a home, I'd tell you to try to do everything in your power now, because as I said, prices will still go up. It won't be probably what we saw over the past couple of years, but they will still go up, so those houses will be more expensive. And at least for the time being, we're going to see interest rates continue to go up. We don't know what that top level looks like, but we're still expecting it, so take action. So big things on that is what I would tell you is to have as much cash on hand as possible so that your financing and your options of how you structure those deals are flexible. Second is, if you are a government-backed loan, do everything you can do to get to conventional financing. Number 3, know what your must-haves are and what your concrete items are and what you can be flexible on. That's gonna be different for each person, but go into this with an open mind. No, not every house is going to be perfect. And the last one is take action. If you continue to sit and wait, we're going into the busy season. It's going to pick up. We are still seeing applications for loans at a pretty high rate. We are still seeing offers, multiple offers on properties. So I would encourage you to take action. It may not be absolutely perfect in every scenario, but understand what's important, and we'd love to help you if we can. You'll be good.